Good afternoon, esteemed guests, dear friends. Very happy to be here today. Very happy to represent Microsoft and to share with you a bit about our perspective in AI, how it will impact people and countries. So I'll focus really on public sector because as a Lebanese, I believe this is where we need to start. We know that AI is stepping in a place where it can reason, it can learn, it can execute on anything and solve problems. And this is not just a technological shift, it's a societal and it's an economic transformation that will determine how countries will compete and how they will grow as well. And I guess for Lebanon, it's time to, as all the people who came before me, it's time to leapfrog and use AI and start improving for us those government services and allow us to live in a proper way. And AI makes this way, way more easy and way more fast. We know that, these kinds of, if you want, technological revolutions, because we all believe that AI is bringing the fourth technological revolution. And like any general purpose technology, it takes decades until you will see that transformation mature. But what's sure is that if we don't start now, we'll be way behind. And for me, it's more dangerous than even the political situations we're going through, because we will not have a way to live. And 82% today of the leaders say that 2025 is a pivotal year. It's the year to start. And I think we all here, we have the talent, we have a big ambition, and what's good today is we have a ministry. So this is a very important thing. And I think there's a big responsibility on that ministry, and we're counting on them. Maybe His Excellency is not here now, but his team, and he can count on us as well to kind of start that journey ahead. Let me start sharing this study. This is the Work Trend Index that Microsoft runs. This is the 2025 version. In fact, we kind of surveyed around 31,000 people in 31 countries. We as well looked at the hiring trends in LinkedIn. We looked at the patterns that come from our productivity service, Microsoft 365, that is used by millions of people around the world. We surveyed AI startups. We talked to economists and to academics. And it looked at how or what will the future of work be with AI. And it's a complete change. And the main outcomes that came out of it is, first of all, AI adoption is accelerating everywhere, and organizations have gone beyond experimentation. They are really integrating that service in the way they work. The second one, and that one is very, very important, is the skill gap, and it's really widening. The demand for skills in AI fluency, in digital technology skills, they are really way higher than the supply. And that means that where we need to start, and I believe this is a very easy one and doesn't need a lot of invention and a lot of investments, it's really skilling and education. And when we say skilling and education, it's the whole population. And I saw in the pamphlet on the table, we have 95% today of the Lebanese using smartphones. Using a smartphone is using AI and using technology, so we cannot say that we cannot skill every single person. Using public servants, skilling public servants, and as well taking care of our universities, and as well partnership to help build the future of people who will be AI fluent. And The third is on the fact that all the workflows in any organization are being redesigned to include AI, and you need to do that. I think it was Rima who was asking before, about, like, will it replace the people? Well, yes, it will replace some of the people that, fortunately for us, are not there today. And this is a good thing. So that leapfrog, we need to really bring AI as the next set of colleagues to the people who are present so that we can execute on the revolution itself. So it's a critical moment. And I believe it's now the time to action this. We are moving in what we call frontier organization, and this is the next model of organization that we will see. And what does this mean? Frontier is like pushing it to the end. And the idea are these organizations are taking shape everywhere in the world. So we cannot be the only one that does not go there. And the idea as well that we have 2 to 5 years to become a frontier government. Otherwise, we will be irrelevant. And our problems will not just be political problems. We will have problems in living a normal life. And here, meaning it's a question for everyone. How are you going to adapt? And I'm talking to leaders, employees, stakeholders. Everyone has to think how they will adapt and how they will deal with AI, because it will be there and it will be competing. Moving to the next subject. And talking here about the fact that we have to move very fast, and I think on Lebanon in particular, we have to think seriously. I was listening to all what was spoken before. How can we really fast put the right infrastructure? You cannot run AI without an infrastructure. But how can we practical? We cannot wait. We cannot go in a big bang mode. We cannot wait until we have that big data center, the big GPUs. So just for your information today, to procure GPUs, even for large companies, it takes years to get them. There's no availability. It's not something that you will find it here and there. We have to be practical and start in a bootstrap mode rather than a big bang mode. There are many services today that are built on kind of data that is not really that critical. Very simple data. Data that does not address, the national security or whatever. At least let us start with this. And these today are services that be consumed as you consume any service today. So the idea here is let's go step by step. Let's go in a bootstrap mode. The big bang will take us another 5, 10 years. We don't have the funds. We don't have the data centers. We don't have the infrastructure. So when we talk about all of these, they require at least the electricity which we don't have to live our daily life. I want to be very positive. We can do and we can start AI even without that huge infrastructure today, and this is why we need to be practical. Now on how do you move on AI, and we see here 3 phases for any organization. The first one is very easy. It's when AI becomes the assistant of people. It's like, the Copilot, the ChatGPT, or anything that is an assistant where the person remains doing the same work they are doing, but that work is elevated by AI because you have an amazing assistant next to you who has access to all the data you need, who can kind of support you do your job, but in a better way. And an example here could be like, I have an example that we've worked on in South Africa with the revenue services. They just put an assistant on their portal And that assistant was facing the citizen